Recentering and redefining the fluidity of morality, the role of color, symbolism, and value in Burial of Kojo. In Blitz Bazawule's 2018 film Burial of Kojo, ideas of right and wrong are redefined through the ever-changing color palette, depicting the two brothers, Kwabena and Kojo, and the narrative shifts in the symbolic representation of the brothers through the white bird and the black crow. The film's distinctive color palette redefines the symbology of these colors and highlights the limitations of perspective through the character of Essie, which together develop a dialogue on the complexities that symbologies can hold when defined through an Africa-centered lens. Burial of Kojo begins with a long-held shot of a burning car by the ocean. Essie narrates, claiming her father believed only the water could heal this memory. From the beginning, the imagery of the burning car creates a framework for the film, with the vibrant reds of the flames suggesting an essence of immoral destruction, while the calm blue ocean offers a sense of healing and goodness. As the film continues, the same red and blue palette represent the dynamic between Kojo and Kwabena, Essie's father and uncle. When Kwabena first appears in the story, he wears a blue shirt while Kojo is seen in red. In one particular scene, Kojo is bathed in red light in the foreground, with Kwabena cast in blue light as he pitches that the two go on a mining expedition together. The introduction of Kwabena in blue foreshadows the storyline to come, as Kwabena's initial blue-tinged cinematography offers insight into the healing nature of his character arc, similar to the water at the beginning of the movie. A shift in the colorized aesthetics occurs halfway through the film when Kwabena suggests that the brothers return to the mines to continue their search for gold. In the shot, the two men are immersed in a purple backlight, with Kojo shown in high definition in a blue shirt in the foreground. Kwabena is in red, in low definition, creating a blurry effect, to the point that his face is almost entirely obscured. After this scene, the two brothers are shown exclusively in the reverse palette, with Kojo in blue and Kwabena in red. The image of Kwabena in a red shirt creates a shift in the representation of the brothers, with the second half of the film showing Kwabena in an untrustworthy and villainous light, heavily influenced by the opening scene of the destructive flames rising from the car. This remains true even when Kojo's body is found. However, in this scene, his blue shirt is soiled by the red of his own blood. The red blood in the shot solidifies the symbolism of destruction that Bazawule curated, but not only did he ruin the clean blue shirt, the red also represents the epitome of harm through the depiction of a life lost. Value is also an influential element within Burial of Kojo, specifically with the use of black and white in relation to the symbols of the crow and the white bird. The role of the black and white within the film disrupts notions of purity and immorality correlated to these colors. After the introduction of the white bird to Essie, she dreams of herself with the bird running from the black crow on a black horse. The horse creates a dynamic of domination through the iconic imagery, strikingly juxtaposed with the young girl Essie running from it in a white dress. This shot offers insight into Essie's perspective, with a larger-than-life representation of the crow, revealing a heightened sense of ruination and badness from the young girl's point of view. In a later scene, Essie and her mother are shown in all white at a religious ceremony. Kojo leaves the service, immersing himself in water only to find the white bird dead. The presence of the white bird is a symbol of morality, with the healing symbol of water creates a complex visual when paired with the presence of death in this shot. The only example of an impressed morality within this film is seen through the role of Christianity, but with this shot in particular, we see the director creating a critique of the moral Christendom and the concept of whiteness in relation to purity, but the shot has been tarnished with the death of the bird. Near the end of the film, Essie meets with her uncle in a dreamlike escape following the disappearance of her father. In the scene, Essie and Kwabena are shown in all-white garb, as her uncle explains the complexity of his relationship to his brother. In this scene, Essie asks her uncle if he is the crow, to which he responds that he is whatever her mind tells him to be. The significance of the perspective of the film is revealed, with the severe ideas of morality being seen through the young girl's eyes. After her father's passing, Essie says she could hear crows everywhere, revealing a bittersweet nuance to her initial interpretation of the crows as a representation of harm. In Blitz Bazawule's Burial of Kojo, color is employed and so is value to disrupt notions of binary senses of morality and the topic of harm. In the film, red and blue signify destruction and healing. The brothers Kojo and Kwabena shift throughout the film in their representations of these characterizations of this color palette. The brothers' depictions create nuanced imagery that aligns with the tumultuous and complicated plot that leaves the viewer with an unclear understanding of which of the brothers perpetuates harm upon the other. The black crow and the white bird work in a similar sense, rejecting notions of goodness and badness despite the heightened perspective of morality through the eyes of the main character, young Essie. Throughout the film, the idea of expansive rather than rigid morality is recontextualized through its narrative, broadening the understandings of the complexities of causing and receiving harm and the potentials of symbology beyond limited Western binaries.